Is it possible to take a boring car rental company and turn it into a travel icon in less than a year? Well, in my experience, it's a yes. Today, I'll walk you through the exact steps I took from the initial meeting and the thought process to the success we have now. I have all the receipts here with me, so pay attention if you want to achieve the same. Let's take a look at our starting point. It's exactly what you'd expect from a small business account. Product photos, reviews, and promises of great service. In other words, it's like a landing page for a website, but on social media. The main problem wasn't just that it didn't look good, the main problem was nobody interacted with it. No likes, no shares, no comments, no saves, no nothing. If there was new content or not, nobody really cared. So the account was essentially dead, even though technically it wasn't. And this is exactly where most small business owners go in two different directions. The first one choose to stay in this place and pay their way into clients' FYPs. They use paid ads, collaborations, etc. And they don't really care about building real influence on social media and reaping all the rewards that come with it. But other people want to use social media the way it was intended to be used, to grow organically and expand their influence over time. Luckily for me, this is exactly what these business owners wanted. Because of that, we needed to change our whole approach, from informing people about our services to inspiring people to become our clients. And how exactly would you do that? In this case, it was pretty simple. I asked myself, why do people rent cars in Montenegro? To explore this beautiful country. So, if we want to target people who are going to rent a car, and we want to create more people who will want to rent a car, we need to inspire them with our content to visit and explore Montenegro by car. But before we jump into creating content, we need to talk about two essential things: your expectations and resources. When you're trying to revive a dead Instagram account or YouTube channel, especially ones that had no previous meaningful attempts at growing organically, you will have an experimental phase, and it can take up to 3 months to see the results. This means you create a hypothesis about your content. You start posting your content with a new angle, but only draw conclusions about your strategy's success after 3 months. Of course, you have to have a positive dynamic from month to month, but in general, before changing your approach once again, you need to try it for at least 3 months. This brings me to the second point: your resources, time, money, and energy. They affect how fast you move toward your goal, but it doesn't mean if your resources are limited, you can't achieve success. In my case, these business owners can only dedicate 2 days a month to content creation, and that's exactly what we worked with. At first glance, it seems like nothing. A lot of people would tell you it's not enough. But those 2 days a month turned into 2 YouTube videos a month, which became 12 Instagram Reels a month. Now to the juiciest part. Did we go viral? Yes, we did. And luckily for us, it happened pretty fast, in the second month of work. But it was lucky not because we suddenly became famous and everything started working. It was lucky because it allowed me to bring these business owners and their account to the next level, which is to understand that going viral means absolutely nothing except an ego boost. When you finally satiate this craving to go viral, you can finally see for yourself that one viral reel won't bring you clients. It won't bring you the reputation and trust you're trying to build on social media, even if you will go viral multiple times, which we did. So, if you shouldn't be looking at reaching followers, then what should you pay attention to? It's the depth of engagement. And here we have different level of that. First, from 0 to 1. As I said at the beginning, they had no engagement whatsoever. Their content was boring and uninteresting. So first, we needed to move away from that. How? By increasing our likes at minimum, but most importantly, by increasing our saves and shares. The next level from 1 to 2 is increasing genuine comments, story reshares, and reposts. When you share something to your story or you repost it, it means we created content that you can identify with. And that's much deeper connection than sharing a joke with a friend or saving an interesting location to a future trip that may never happen. The next level from 2 to 3 is increasing the number of genuine DMs. It might be questions about our services, about Montenegro in general, or even just asking for our opinion. At this point, we became a trusted source of information. Not just a service provider, but a meaningful figure in the Montenegro travel space. And the final level of depth of engagement from 3 to 4 is something that we started doing only on the second year of work. Because it's something so precious, you need to grow into it. It's understanding that you are not a lone fish in the sea. You are actually connected to other small business owners. And I'm not talking about your competitors, but people who also work, in this case, in the tourism industry. It manifested in genuine collaborations with other small business owners here in Montenegro, where we shared their products or services on our channels. We didn't just focus on lifting ourselves up, we also started lifting up people around us. And of course, we only shared places and services we actually believed in. In other words, we started building a strong foundation offline by being generous and helpful, both to other small business owners here in Montenegro and to the tourists coming here. We created a snowball effect. If you found one of our videos, you'd absolutely watch another one. Not because we manipulated you into this, but because by consuming this content, you genuinely make your trip easier, more interesting, sometimes even cheaper or more advanced than any other tourist. We can't forget about our competitors, and no good strategy can survive on idealistic ideas alone. The huge success we achieved was only possible because we had a few unfair advantages and used them. The first one, no one else did this. Not a single small business owner here in Montenegro did this on a scale we did. Not a single company bothered that much to put so much time, effort, money and energy into creating great content that actually helps tourists in Montenegro. Everyone was so busy pushing their product or service into clients' faces that they never even thought about it. That gave us the first unfair advantage. The second one, I understand that people buy from people, so we couldn't afford to be just a faceless company. Luckily for us, we had a character, and I, behind the scenes, started building him even more video by video. And his own real unfair advantage was that he is a local. Because of that, everything he shares online carries more value immediately, even though all the research, scripts and ideas are created by me. Put it all in one big box and you'll see that we had everything to create a uniquely trustworthy, exclusive informational hub about Montenegro with a great service to offer. So, if you're still here and you really want to understand the whole thought process behind creating this strategy, my main advice is this: try to become a gem so good, so niche, that people would be surprised you don't have a lot of followers and views just yet. Make the content so good that it's easy to see its value to the point that you genuinely want to share it with your friends and family. So what do we have as a result? We are not paying for UGC. People creating content for us for free because they genuinely want to. We don't even need to collaborate with influencers, even though sometimes we do, which is honestly more of a headache than it's worth, but it's a story for another video. We now have our own fans, people who will interact with every single piece of content, share it with their friends and family, and recommend us to everyone who listens. That's what I call building a clear signal online as opposed to building just noise. The main difference is this: when you're building a clear signal online, every piece of content is connected to the others by one core message or big idea. And what that gives you is not only your influence grows over time, but after a couple of years, the growth has a snowballing effect, to the point where our character gets recognized on the streets and our DMs are booming with clients' requests. So much so that we need to hire new people just to keep up. But the cherry on top is this: we reached the point where we could stop making content for a while, and the leads will still continue coming. Not only that, People would notice we are gone and they'd be worried, but the whole social media presence wouldn't die out for a while. Not many social media accounts can say that. For most people, if they stop putting out content, they get forgotten and they stop making money. Let's summarize what I proved with this case. First, small businesses can grow organically and get traffic the same way any influencer could. Second, you don't need to burn yourself to the ground and post every single day to get amazing results. I remind you, we had only 2 content shooting days a month, which resulted in 2 YouTube videos a month and 12 Instagram Reels. I do believe you can go even lower than that, but it really depends on the business, on the account, etc. And third, it is absolutely worth your money, time and energy to build a fan base as opposed to a following count, because with it, you naturally become top of mind. And even more than that, you become irreplaceable. If you also want to stop wasting time and start winning online, book a discovery call with me and see you in the next video.